I've enrolled back into school, and I'm close to getting my bachelor's in human resources management. So I took a swerve from nursing school, but I think it's going to be a good fit. Still sober, I would hope so. It would be concerning if I wasn't, and life's just pretty good today. There's no big developments. I'm just going to school. I work as a banquet server right now at the Country Club in West Bloomfield. And I'm really just enjoying low key. I'm hopefully gonna be the mom of a puppy on Monday. It's just simple things. I've learned that I don't need to be extra. I don't need to do all these things to fit in. I have friends today. Some of the friends I pushed away in the beginning and some of the friends I made along the way. I have peace today, peace of mind, being able to sleep. I didn't realize how much I never slept until I finally found that peace of mind. Being able to help others. If anything, this is something I 100% believe in. And you can ask Jessie Bessinen herself. We both thought I was gonna have quite a rough time completing this program because I didn't get it. But now, who knew? Here I am. And I'm really grateful that all of you come out, all of you support this. I'm very grateful to Judge Allen just for personal, having him follow me along my way. Jessie Bessinen, without her, the probation officer is honestly the glue that holds this together for me because they're the ones meeting with you, keeping up with you, checking in with you, breaking the bad news to you, but somehow you still don't hate them. It's quite an amazing job. And that is all I have to share with you. Thank you again.
Approximately 11 years ago, we started the foundation. When I say we, members of the community, members of the business community, members of Michigan State University community, members of law enforcement community came together and decided we need to assist initially the sobriety court and now all of the treatment courts here in Ingham County because unfortunately their funding sources do not allow them to provide all of the services needed for those who are going through the programs at the time. These people have hit rock bottom. Oftentimes they've been arrested, charged on multiple occasions with substance abuse issues, substance abuse violations. They've lost their driver's license, they've lost their employment, they are incarcerated.
They're our neighbors, our friends, our relatives, our fathers, our sons, our daughters, our next door neighbor. All of us are affected. We all know someone that has an addiction.
Our judges within the treatment courts have determined, along with the probation officers, that these folks in some manner deserve a second chance. If they are granted that second chance, they are typically involved in a comprehensive, extremely difficult program, oftentimes lasting 1.5 years, assisting them to reach and regain sobriety.
These courts do phenomenal work. What our job is to support them in what they do. So if a client has an emergency of any sort that may stop their progress in their journey to sobriety, a probation officer can request funding for them, and it has to come through a probation officer. This is not anybody in the world applying for assistance to us. This is someone who's dedicated to their recovery and encounters a bump in the road. All of the funds that come into the sobriety courts and the mental health courts and the treatment courts are federally funded. They do not cover everything that everybody needs in their recovery. These are unanticipated expenses.
The team typically in one of our treatment courts consists of a judge, probation officer, and we, as members of the Treatment Courts Foundation, we're also a member of that team. We are dealing with folks all across the spectrum. And at all stages of life, once they've determined that their mission is to reach sobriety, then they are trying to put their lives back together with the assistance of their probation officers, with the assistance of the particular judge, so that they can oftentimes regain employment, regain their driver's license, put their families back together, be reunited with spouses, significant others, children if there are children involved.
I'm Andy Bauk. I'm the Undersheriff with the Ingham County Sheriff's Office and a seated board member on the Ingham County Treatment Court Foundation for the last several years. I've been policing in Ingham County for plus 25 years now, involved in the Treatment Court Foundation for the last several, so I have the experience of dealing on the front lines, on the streets, watching it through the Sheriff's Office as the participants are in our correctional facility, and ultimately I enjoy being involved in the treatment and recovery when I get to go to a graduation and watch someone that has run the entire process and is a success story. The Sheriff's Office enjoys being givers, not takers, helpers, not herders. We're making a difference in people's lives.
Michael Green, I'm a board member of the Ingham County Treatment Courts Foundation. I've been at the table ever since its founding in 2008, and I'm a firm believer in the treatment courts. If you're looking at spending about $35,000 to $40,000 a year for an individual to be incarcerated in the state of Michigan, that's a significant amount of money to the taxpayers. In fact, that's about a $2 billion budget. When you take a treatment court and provide more of an intensive effort at less cost, and you see a significant drop in recidivism, there's no question as to what function and what success a treatment court has. Well, we started off with just a sobriety court, and that has moved into other treatment court functions, whether it be veterans courts or sobriety courts, what have you. And we've seen that success, and that success goes along with a drop in recidivism of those individuals repeating some crime later on. And it's a tremendous cost benefit to the citizens.
What does our foundation do on an annual basis to raise funds to assist these treatment courts? We, every year, have an annual breakfast, typically in the fall, and that is our, let's call it our big event. We bring in a national speaker. We have speakers who have successfully graduated from one or more of the treatment courts here in Ingham County, and we bring the members of the community in to hear from these people.
I'm Anna Davis from Prevention and Training Services, and we do substance abuse counseling. And I've been a member of the foundation for 9 years. They should come to the annual breakfast to see, they'll see personally some of the clients that have made it through their personal story. You just get it's so uplifting and exciting to be a part of it. And it's growing every year. It grows, and I hope that other people will take a look at it and support it.
In addition, we have an annual appeal, typically in the early spring months each year. And that's an opportunity for the members of the community, once again, to generously assist the foundation and these treatment courts in their mission to assist these people in putting their lives back together.
I think if people attended any of these graduations, they would be so moved and impressed by the hard work they've done and welcome them back into their families and communities. In fact, many people get their families back and their jobs back and their life back. 90% of their people do not go back into their previous patterns and or addiction. 90%, and that's a phenomenal amount. Most treatment programs do not work this well. We're very proud of those courts, and we want to do what we can to support them. And they also say this is the only thing that saved their life. If they hadn't been in this program, they would probably be dead.
I think making a donation to the courts helps us, number one, continue, and number two, provides a service that the community gets back. They get a reward from it themselves. It just, I don't know, just to me, it's just so exciting to watch at graduation time our clients who've struggled to finally make it, and the foundation is, that money that they spend has really been worthwhile to those clients. Many of the clients have difficulty making it through treatment without the extra support from them, from the foundation. And they never know particularly who it comes from, but they're always extremely thankful, and helps them complete their treatment, which I think keeps society safer. The longer they're in treatment, the better they do. It saves, I think, our community a lot of problems and costs otherwise. So I think that the foundation is a really an important part of our community and keeping our community safe.
My name is John Hayes. I am the president of JSG Monitoring. I currently serve as the vice president of the board, and I've been here for 4 years. One of the most important pieces of the actual fundraising piece is to understand that where a small process of a phone bill or a gas card or a bus trip to clients, that could be a setback in their sobriety, where something gets in their way and they go, oh man, this is just a step in the wrong direction. They go back to drinking, they go back to doing some sort of drugs, whatever they're doing. We try to bridge that gap so that they don't have to worry about that. They don't have to take that step back. One little thing for the foundation is a huge thing for the clients that we're helping. Since I've been involved with the foundation, the biggest growth that I've seen is we're able to touch more people. We're able to help more through sponsorships and increased growth. It's been very visible, not only to us, but to the courts that we offer support to.
It helps them for bills, utilities, so they don't have to worry about how am I going to make ends meet in order to go to treatment. It helps with minor costs that they need, PBT tests, testing to make sure they're staying with the program. Your dollars help you're funding the success of the participant is what you're funding, and it comes in many different ways, shapes, and forms. Your dollars impact people's lives. It turns their lives around and makes them a good son again, a good father again, a good mother, daughter. It's an incredible, incredible experience when you see someone who survives the addiction through treatment and ultimately to recovery.